Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tableau tutorials. In this video, we are going to discuss about the data science algorithms which we can write and basically use in Tableau. So, I hope you all know that Tableau is a data visualization tool that helps us to create the different types of visualizations which we have done throughout the course of all these videos up till now. Okay, now the thing is that data science is not just only about visualizations. It is a big field which incorporates visualization as its part. So the basic concept in data visualization is that you get the data, you first need to work on it, clean it, then you need to create visualizations out of it to find out that what kind of data you have, and on the basis of those visualizations you try to find out some trends in data, and using those trends you try to predict the future or try to classify the data or anything that is required. Okay, so this is the whole process of data science. So for the visualization part, Tableau can be used, but it can also be used with a few simple tricks for a part, that is the prediction part or the creation of the machine learning models, right? So how is it gonna be used for that? This is what we will be seeing from these video onwards. We would be covering a bunch of algorithms that are really simple, so even if you don't have any experience or any background of data science, then also it would be very easier for you to understand them. So let's just start with this video. In this video we are going to work with the Iris dataset, and it is actually a really famous dataset in the field of data science. Why is it so? Let us learn more about it by googling it. So we just go to Google and simply just write Iris dataset. We can go to its Wikipedia page to learn more about it. Here. So this Iris flower dataset is actually a dataset that was built in the year 1936, and the reason why is it so popular is because it is considered one of the best accumulated datasets. It has four things, or the four you can say data or parameters, that is the petal length, petal width, sepal length and sepal width, all in centimeters as written over here. And using those four criteria, the flowers or the samples or the data set is converted or is categorized into three categories, that is Iris sedosa, Iris virginica and Iris versicolor. So these are the images of all of these. You can just take a look at them. Total there are 150 records, 50 for each species, that is sedosa, virginica and versicolor. Okay. So this is the data set we would be using, and we would be trying to predict the data. As you can see, we can use the simple code of the languages like R and Python to work with it like this. But what we are going to do is we are not going to use any of the coding languages. We are going to simply use our Tableau to work with this data set. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to download our data set. So what we can do is we can just write Iris dataset CSV file. The first link you would be getting is of Kaggle. You can just go to Kaggle. For those of you who don't know about Kaggle, it is a website that is considered very good for the data science enthusiasts. You can just work on it. It's just like a really important website where you can post your code, where you can discuss about the solutions. You are given tasks that you can solve, and you would also be given an opportunity to get a large number of data sets. So this is a data set, as you can see, this whole data set, but it is also available for download. We can click on this download button and save it in this documents folder, since archive is also already there. So I'm just going to name it as Iris dataset. Click on save. So it's been downloaded. Let's open it up. Now what we have is the CSV file, so let's just extract it to the specified folder, and this folder is going to be the same one actually which we got, that is our documents folder, right? So this is the documents folder. I'm gonna click OK. Must have been extracted. Let's close this and let's open up our folder. Here is the documents folder. Yeah, so this is the Iris that has been extracted, right? So we can open it up, and these are the records that we are getting. That is, let me just expand them all. The ID, sepal length in centimeter, sepal width in centimeter, petal length in centimeter, petal width in centimeter, and the species. If you just go down, so there are a total of 150 records by ID. The first one is the headings, so that doesn't count. Total of 150 records are there, right? 50 each. So this is our file. Let's go to Tableau and connect to the data. That is in the form of a Microsoft Excel file. So we can go to the documents. So here we don't have any iris, right? Because if you remember, that was a CSV file. So there are two ways you can work with it. Either you can just go to all files, and here you would find this iris. You can click on open, but this would throw an error because the Tableau public that I'm using, the CSV files are not supported with it. So you cannot directly import CSV files into Tableau public, right? So how would you work in this case? What you need to do is go to your Excel. Here, go to File, click on Save As, select the folder, the same folder I'm using. Make sure the name is same, or you can just give it like Iris Excel, so that to differentiate between the two. And here just save it as an Excel workbook. Just change its type to Excel workbook. Click on Save, close it. Now if you just connect to data and select Microsoft Excel, then Iris Excel is present. We can click on open, and that's it. Our data set has been loaded. So that's how you are going to work with, in the case of the CSV files, with Tableau public, because it doesn't support so much connections as was supported by Tableau desktop. In case you have Tableau desktop with you, then of course you can use that Tableau desktop and directly CSV files could be loaded. Now this is the data set. What I'm gonna do is, I don't need this ID column because it's just the numbering, so I'm just gonna hide it. I have these 5 columns that I'm gonna work with. So let's go to sheet 1, and this sheet 1 is going to be the actual data. Now what do you mean by actual data? That means that how are we gonna generate the data out of the values or the data set. Okay, we are not using any machine learning algorithm right now, but we are just trying to generate a scatter plot out of the data. Okay, so there are two ways we can do that. First is actual data on the basis of the petal. So I'm just gonna rename it, that is actual data petal. And the second sheet I'm gonna create is on the basis of the sepals, right? So actual data sepal. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to know that out of the petal length, petal width, and sepal length, sepal width, which is a better measure to find out the species of the flowers. Okay, so for this I have created 2 sheets. First of all, let's work with petal sheet. So in this we would be getting the petal length in the columns and petal width in the rows. Okay, so this kind of a scatter chart is created because this is aggregated one. Of course, you don't want aggregation right here, so you can go to analysis and make sure aggregate measures has been cleared out. So this is the whole data, right? That means the petal width and the petal length in the scatter plot for the different species. But we don't know what different species are here, right? For us, the whole data is in blue column. Luckily, we have this column called species. We can just drag it into the colors column, and here we have different clusters present over here, right? Blue, orange, and red color clusters. Now, what is the significance of these clusters? How are we gonna use them to predict the data, or how are we gonna design a machine learning algorithm? This is all we will see in the next video.